So I recently collabed with Mikey Yubi on a video about the Naruto Shippuden arcs ranked, and y'all love that video, so shout out y'all. Obviously it kind of did crazy, like it's doing crazy numbers, and honestly it's got me thinking about two things. First thing is that niggas really love, Naruto content, and I'm a really big fan of Naruto content, so I should probably make more Naruto content. And the second thing is that a lot of niggas know how good the Pain arc is, but I feel like I've really never given a great analysis on why I love the Pain arc in Naruto. So why don't we just kill two birds with one stone by making a video about why the Pain arc changed Naruto. So that's what the video is going to be about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and all the good stuff, because this is going to be an amazing video, I feel like. So yeah, let's get on this. So for those who don't know, the Pain arc is, I always say it's kind of like the middle point in Naruto, because the first half of Naruto, or even most of Naruto, is just involved the Akatsuki. So we kind of get introduced to each Akatsuki member one at a time, and we start with, like, I'm gonna say we kind of go in chronological order of the strength and stuff for the most part. But Pain is one of the last, he's like one of the final four Akatsuki members, and that's when shit gets real. So one thing about the Pain arc that I think people don't really talk about when they talk about the Pain arc, besides it being goated, is the fact that Pain is a character that made the series more mature, in the sense that when we got introduced to Pain, prior to that, we had evil characters, right? There was Orochimaru, there was Itachi, Sasori, insert evil character in Naruto, right? There was just a million and one of them niggas, right? But Pain was the first character, in my opinion, that when he was introduced as a bad guy, but like from a certain point of view, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my man Obi-Wan, because he shows up and he's like, yeah, I'm God, I'm all about pain, my name is Pain, I'm gonna show everyone an equal amount of pain so they can understand each other. And it's like, damn, this nigga's evil as fuck. He fights Jiraiya, he kills Jiraiya. I'm like, damn, fuck this nigga. But then he pulls up on Naruto and it's like, yeah, I'm all about peace. And Naruto's like, bro, what are you, like, peace, nigga? You destroyed my village, you killed my sensei, how is this peace? And Pain's talking and he's saying some real shit, because, oh, you're mad I destroyed your village and killed someone you care about? Oh, you're like, you, the Konoha, the Hidden Leaf village member, is mad that me, a Hidden Rain village member, killed your crew, or killed people from your village and destroyed your village? Well, that's exactly what y'all niggas did to me. Like, it literally says, get his origin story, and we see that as a kid he was an orphan during a war, and the Hidden Leaf village was basically fighting with the Hidden Rain village, and obviously since the Hidden Rain village was a smaller village, they were basically the victims. And it's like, damn, we can kind of see how much crazy shit he went through. For instance, obviously we see that Hanzo kills his best friend Yahiko. Well, I guess Yahiko kind of kills himself, but it was basically Hanzo causing that shit. And it's like, damn, we see Pain, he's going through all these things. And when he talks about how everyone going through the same pain will lead to peace, although we obviously don't agree with it, because we're like, bro, you just killed our man Jiraiya, but it's like, the solution Pain gives is a better solution than Naruto had ever given up to that point, and has at the exact moment. Because he's like, okay, how are you gonna create peace? How are you gonna, like, save the world? Naruto's like, I don't know. And that was the first time, in my opinion, in which Naruto had ever been, like, just dumbfounded. Because prior to that, we see his fight with Neji, see his fight with even Sasuke, even though he lost. Naruto always had an answer. He was like, oh, you think that this is all about destiny? Well, I'm gonna prove to you that destiny is not true. I'm gonna prove that you can change your destiny. Or when he's fighting Gaara, he's like, yeah, you're a monster, but I was a monster too. Look at how I ended up. And Pain has a better answer for peace than Naruto did at the time. And that's like some crazy shit, because we had never gotten that up to that point. Because even when Naruto fought Sasuke, all Sasuke was saying is, bro, you can't understand me because you haven't been through what I've been through, which was true. But Sasuke was still looking for his answer as well. Whereas Pain had an answer basically set up of, I'm going to create peace by being the sole person niggas go after. I'm going to be the common goal, the common sense of pain for everyone in the world. And like, that's just what I'm going to do. Prior to Pain, we never got a character like that. Like, sure, I fuck with Itachi as much as the next guy. Like, Itachi is top 5 characters for me. And obviously after the Itachi fight, we see that Itachi's not the crazy nigga we thought he was. But Pain is the first and I want to say only villain who at that time, when he was introduced as a character who was not just evil for evil's sake. He wasn't just some crazy lunatic nigga. He was a character who had his own reasons for doing things and went about things his own way. And you could say he was flawed, but by off of his own definition, he was doing the right thing. And that's something that Naruto kind of had to mature, because we see with Naruto, like, Naruto, for him to beat Pain, he had to actually overcome his own traumas. And we see that when he talked to Minato. And it's just overall, like when we're looking at Pain, it really helped Naruto get past his traumas. And obviously when we look at him meeting Minato for the first time, because Minato was a character that he didn't know Minato was his dad or whatever. But Naruto had the whole trauma being like the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, and that's something that he had never really gotten over. And it wasn't until he met Minato he had to confront Pain, who's a character that is all about, you know, peace. He had to run into Pain and talk to Minato and overcome that stuff for him to beat Pain. And it was only after him talking to Minato and seeing like the love that Minato and Kushina had for him that he was able to look at Pain and he was like, okay, I don't want to kill this guy anymore. I want to talk to him. Because when Naruto first dropped down and fought Pain, he was like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. He was really stunned when Pain was like, okay, you trying to kill me because of what happened to your village, but what about my village? Like, my village was attacked by y'all niggas, which is what I said earlier. And that's when the cycle of hatred, which is something that kind of becomes a huge theme in Naruto, it starts to be built up. This is when it first really gets talked about, in my opinion. This is when it first really gets talked about. Because he talks about the cycle of hatred, and he's like, yeah, you could kill me, sure. You might actually kill me. Maybe you're nice enough to kill me and stuff. But there's just going to be a kid in the next couple years that idolized me and who's going to want to kill you or someone related to you for that. And that's what Naruto really peeps, that for him to become the Hokage and save the world from all the hatred and everything, he couldn't just go about it with the normal way he's been doing things. He can't just like run things head first. Naruto has to actually start thinking. And that's what I think really evolved Naruto's character and really made him mature and really made him capable of understanding Sasuke. Because I think had he not ran to a character like Pain, who's very similar to him, given the fact that, one, they're both Uzumakis, they're both people that were entrusted by Jiraiya, they're basically student siblings. Like, Pain and Naruto are very similar. So Naruto had to see that, oh yeah, we're pretty similar, and he went down a certain path, but I feel like his path is incorrect, but I have to show him why it's incorrect. And that's when Naruto really started to understand people more. You see, when he ran to Sasuke in the Valley of the End the first time, he's all talking about like, I'm gonna bring you to the village no matter what, blah blah blah. Like, your opinion doesn't matter. It's all about what I want you. I want you to be in the village for me. And that's why Sasuke was like, bro, no, I'm trying to understand you, but you're not trying to understand me. That's a big thing about Naruto. He didn't really understand how people worked until now. And like when Naruto confronts Sasuke the second time, which is after the Kage summon arc, or during the Kage summon arc, he's like talking to Sasuke, and he's like, yeah, I can understand where you've been. I can feel your pain and stuff, because at this time he's lost Jiraiya. So that's kind of why Pain evolved the character of Naruto, like his ideologies. But there's more to the Pain arc and why it's just absolutely goated for Naruto and, you know, just basically his character. A lot of people honestly say that Naruto should have ended after the Pain arc, and while I do disagree with that heavily, because there was a lot of stuff we needed completed, like we need Naruto to become Hokage, I feel like the Pain arc, a big part of Naruto's goal and stuff, because if you watch Naruto, which I'm assuming you did because you're on this video, Naruto was all about being accepted, and he was like, I'm gonna become Hokage so that people accept me. Like, that was basically his mantra. And obviously we find out from Itachi, because Itachi gives this amazing cool speech, I think it's the war arc, where he's basically like, you don't become Hokage to be accepted. It's only those who are accepted that are allowed to become Hokage. But by that time, we had the Pain arc, and that's the arc in which Naruto becomes accepted. Because Naruto beats Pain, and like, this is little amazing, it's a really great speech by, I think, Iruka Sensei. Because Naruto, he basically buried Jiraiya, and he's walking back to the village, and he kind of loses consciousness, where he like falls down, and Kakashi catches him. And Kakashi's talking about like, yeah, you did really good, Naruto, you helped save the village. And we see all the villagers from all the people from the Hidden Leaf village like just celebrate Naruto. That's something that we would not have expected, you know, come episode 1. Like, we just see everyone's embracing Naruto. Like, we see all like the ninja, all the main ninja. We see Shikamaru, we see Iruka, we see Ino, we see Sakura. They're all like, you know, showing love to Naruto. Even the random filler niggas that niggas don't care about, they were showing love to Naruto. And it's like, damn, when you look at that, you're like, you really see Naruto, and you're like, damn, see how far he's come. And there's even like a little montage where we see all of Naruto's biggest achievements and failures, and some random villagers are kind of like narrating it, right? Where they're like, damn, Naruto like helped fight Zabuza? Nah, it was probably just Kakashi, you know what I'm saying? That Kakashi guy, you know what I'm saying? He's probably just carrying Naruto. And then he's fighting Gaara, and they're like, damn, he fought Gaara and beat him. He's like, yeah, this Naruto kid's really good. And then when he fights Neji, they're like, dang, he fought and beat the genius of Neji. Maybe he's pretty strong. And then we see when Jiraiya dies, they're like, damn, Jiraiya just died. I hope Naruto's alright. Like, we see the montage really served as the overall collective opinion of the Hidden Leaf Village people, like the community. And as we see Naruto going through mission, big accomplishments, by the way, we see they become more accepting of him. And it all comes to where the pain arc ends, and Naruto is he's the hero of the village, and that's what Minato wanted. Like, that was the whole plan of Minato. Like, when Minato sealed Kurama and Naruto, his plan was that Naruto would eventually become the hero of the Leaf Village and control the Nine-Tails power. And obviously by this time he hadn't controlled Kurama's power at all, but he still became the hero of the village, and that's a big part about what made Naruto, because very, very soon after that, well, after the pain arc, we have the war arc, and that's when more people see Naruto do what he do, and by that time it's just widely considered that he's gonna become Hokage. Whereas I think the pain arc is the first arc in which him becoming Hokage could actually be seen as realistic, whereas I think before that it would not have been seen as the case. And obviously, looking at everything that the pain arc gives him, right, we see that Naruto surpasses Jiraiya, because Jiraiya is his sensei, so senseis are what's stronger than their students usually. Naruto has to master a form that Jiraiya could never master. Like we saw when Jiraiya fought Pain, he had Sage Mode, but he was turned into a frog, which we know is a way to show that your Sage Mode is not complete. So we see Naruto going through the same training that Jiraiya went through, and he actually masters the ability. And then on top of it, he completes the Rasen Shuriken, which, as we know, was basically a technique that the fourth Hokage could not do, because Minato never learned to combine his chakra nature with the Rasengan. And the Rasen Shuriken is supposed to be a symbol of Naruto surpassing Minato, because Minato, that was something Minato couldn't do, Naruto could do. But he didn't have it completed until the pain arc. So combining his Sage Mode abilities and the Rasen Shuriken, we see how he surpasses both Minato and Jiraiya. And we actually see like a little cool picture where we see Sage Mode Naruto, and there's Jiraiya and Minato on the sides of him, kind of showing that he surpassed those characters. And so that's I think a big part of the pain arc, where we see Naruto's kind of becoming his own man. He's no longer in the shoes of any of his teachers. Like, he surpassed Jiraiya because he's mastered Sage Mode, right? He's mastered Rasen Shuriken, which is something that Minato couldn't do, because Minato could never combine chakra natures with his Rasengan. So he surpassed Minato in that sense, right? Then he surpassed Kakashi, because Kakashi lost to the Paths of Pain, whereas Naruto won. So we see Naruto is like, he's literally becoming that guy. And it's just like, damn, the pain arc kind of did all those things for Naruto. Because of all that, it made Naruto just a more mature series, because it made Naruto a more mature character. And also it started the trend of villains not just being these evil tyrants. It started the trend of villains actually having a reason to be evil. And although we did get like Obito and we got like Madara, I think Pain was done the best at the beginning, because we got the trend of villains being sophisticated and being more complex than just I'm bad for badness sake. And Pain's was done the best because I think he had the perfect parallels between Naruto, and he was the first case of this. Like, Itachi is not a good example of that, because Itachi was introduced as an evil guy and then we got the switcheroo on him. But Pain was introduced as this character of, yeah, he's evil, but when we got his backstory, it's like, damn, I mean, this nigga Pain is evil, but was he wrong though? Like, that's kind of the whole shtick of Pain's character for a long, long time. And it's up to Naruto to prove to Pain why Pain's ideologies are wrong. So overall, that's just kind of why the Pain arc changed Naruto, the series and the character, because I think Pain started the trend of us getting complicated, diverse, interesting characters. Interesting villains, I should say, in the Shippuden series. Because I think before that we didn't really get that as much. And Part 1 Naruto, that's another reason why I have Shippuden over Part 1 Naruto, because Part 1 Naruto's villains were not very that diverse, whereas Shippuden Naruto is a lot more, I think, interesting. There's a lot more analysis for those characters with them. But that's why I think that the Pain arc really shaped Naruto, his character, and everything about him. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you think the Pain arc isn't what changed Naruto. Like, let me know if you think there's a bigger case or bigger change to Naruto's character than the Pain arc, like arc wise. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe for more anime content. The summer goes on, so we're gonna have more content. I'm gonna try to upload every week, but no promises. You know what I'm saying? We take like 3 classes in the summer, so that shit's hard. But yeah, that's all. So peace.